Hello everyone, this is Professor Koss, and this is our writing exercise we're going to be doing. I want you to think of this as just a laid-back, easing your way in kind of way of doing some free writing to kind of start off the semester. We'll work out some of those kinks. If you haven't written in a while, I think that this might be helpful for you to just kind of have a free flow exercise. So what I'd like you to do before we get started is to make sure you've got a word processor. You can use Microsoft Word, but you can also use any other program you might have. So if you want to use Google Docs, whatever is easiest for you. This is not something we're turning in, so it's the only time that I won't be asking you to use Microsoft Word. You'll probably need about half an hour for this exercise, so make sure that you have the time available first. I want you to relax and not be concerned at all about what you're writing. This isn't something you're going to be turning in. Nobody's going to be seeing it. If you need to pause to get yourself ready, go ahead and do so. Once you have Microsoft Word or a similar program open, I want you to go ahead and set your font to whatever preference you like. This is an exercise to practice free writing. You'll be practicing writing about memories, as you'll be doing some in your first essay assignment. You'll be practicing drawing on your senses for writing, and also thinking about the connections that you make between the events as you experienced them and the thoughts that you associate with them. For this exercise, I have an added challenge for those of you who are maybe more comfortable with typing, feel fairly confident that you hit all the right keys, and it doesn't bother you if you don't. Let me tell you what you'll do. You'll go up to where it says Review, this menu here, and then over here to the left you've got the proofing menu. Go to the editor. This is what shows you any spelling or grammar mistakes when you're typing. You go down to the very bottom. It's just off of my screen here, but you'll hit settings down at the bottom, and then this window will come up. Scroll to the bottom of this, and you'll see that there is something where you can check boxes to hide spelling errors in this document and hide grammar errors in this document. It's important you select this option for this document only, so that in the future you will still be able to do that without having to go back and change the settings, just in case you were to forget that you had done so. Alright, so once you've checked those two boxes, you'll hit OK. Alright, so now any spelling or grammar mistakes that you make, they're not going to show up with that little line underneath. So one added benefit of this, of course, is that you won't be bothered by whether or not you made a spelling mistake or a grammar mistake. You can put that out of your mind. Next, this is where the real challenge takes place. Go back to the home menu, and under the typing color, if you choose, change it to white. Now, as you'll see, I'll type a little bit on here. You'll watch my cursor move. Alright, if we highlight that, go back to the regular default color, so and you can see the text. So the idea here is that if you have your text color set to white, you will not be able to see anything that you're typing. Again, added challenge. You don't have to do that if you choose not to. The reason why that can be something that's kind of a fun challenge is because you are not constantly going back to look at what you've written. And in terms of a free writing exercise, you are not necessarily beholden to what has come before. You're just continuing on a free-flowing, free consciousness kind of exercise, okay? All right. I do have a little audio-visual thing to go with this so that you have something to look at that's not just a blank screen, a blank cursor flashing on Microsoft Word. So I'm going to take you through just a little bit of an opening exercise to get you ready to go, kind of relaxed and comfortable. So I'll turn this over now so we have our audio visuals. Okay. So if you would, place your hands in the home row position. Sit up straight in your chair, as straight as possible. Loosen up your shoulders. And of course, keep your eyes straight ahead on the computer screen. Okay. And I want you to try and just free your mind of anything that is bothering you at the moment. Any responsibilities that are bearing down on you. Any worries that you might have. I want you to just relax. Close your eyes if you like, to begin with. And try and just focus on your breath for a few moments. If you have trouble focusing, try and pay attention to how your breath feels going in and out. Focus in on that. Keep your mind from being distracted. Try and keep your attention on your breath. But if you do find that you're distracted, thoughts coming into your mind, I want you to take note of whatever it is that has distracted you. And then just return to focusing on your breath. We want as clean a slate as possible. Again, focus, breathing in, exhaling. And now, as you have any other thoughts that continue to distract you, just take note of them. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open your eyes. Think about whatever it is that is still sitting with you. Whatever thoughts are still on your mind that you can't seem to let go of. Whether it's something from the past, something you intend to do later, maybe a brief exchange from earlier in the day, or some persistent anxiety, or some future event. As soon as you have identified what that is, I want you to start typing. Doesn't matter what you start out with first. Just go with it. I want you to describe whatever it is that's arisen in your mind. And as we go through this exercise, I will be giving you further prompts to help you move along with the exercise. If you find that the prompts do not pertain to what you're writing, just continue on with your train of thought. And wait until maybe one of the prompts is more appropriate to your writing. Above all, let your stream of consciousness guide you. Don't stop writing, even if you can't think of what to write next. Just continue on. Okay? Don't be concerned with spelling or complete sentences. You can write in fragments for this exercise. Just write without stopping until I provide you with the next prompt. I want you to think now about any visuals that you associate with what you're writing about. What do you see? Where are you? Is it a real life location? Something more abstract? Are there people in this situation? If there are any people, I want you to identify them. Also, are there any objects near you or in your hands? If so, what are they? Describe the people, the places, and the things that you imagine. Describe colors. Describe textures. Describe any states of motion. What are the people doing? What are the objects doing? What are you doing? and describe the conditions of these objects. By conditions, that could be showing age, sense of incompleteness, or it could be an emotion. If the people in your chosen situation are displaying any emotions, identify what those emotions are, and then I want you to point out how it is that you know they're experiencing those emotions. In what way are they displaying the emotions? Note whether you are inside or outside. If you are aware of any weather conditions, describe them. Note whether this is a location that you know well, one you are less familiar with. Are there any objects in your hands or someone else's hands? Are there other locations nearby that you can make out? What kind of interaction are you having with your environment? Are you directly affecting or being affected by your environment? Is anyone speaking? If you or anyone else are speaking, try to capture some of what is said. Use quotations if you like. Continue writing until you receive the next prompt. Now I want you to focus on any phrases that come to your mind. Things you said, things that someone else said, or better yet, things you thought about saying, things that maybe you wish you said. And now I want you to think of what your thoughts were behind those words. Explore that. What did you intend to communicate? And did you succeed in getting your point across? Now, if you're thinking of something that someone else said, I want you to put yourself in their place and imagine what the intentions behind their words may have been. Try describing the situation from their point of view. And continue writing until the next prompt. Now I want you to write about how you felt when this thought first popped into your head at the beginning of the exercise. Choose some simple terms. Feeling words like anger, anxiety, or sadness. And then describe any physical sensations that may accompany these emotions. For instance, tightness in your stomach, a rush to the head, warmth in your cheeks. Just focus on where these feelings occur in the body. I want you to describe that. And continue writing until you receive the next prompt. Now I want you to think about why your thoughts elicit these emotions. How do the thoughts affect you? Is there a situation that threatens personal security? Do you feel distracted from meeting an important goal? Or has something occurred that gives you great hope for the time ahead. Whatever reason there is for your emotional response, right now about that reason. Continue writing until prompted to move on. Consider whether any action needs to be taken to resolve the situation you've been describing. What kind of outcome would you prefer? How might you arrive at your goal? And what other information might you need before you can do so? Continue writing until the next prompt. Now, wherever you are in your writing, I want you to stop. And I want you to just focus in again on your breathing. Again, note where you feel the breath. Is it in your nose, in your throat, in your chest? Pay attention to the rhythm of your breathing. Is your breath deep or shallow? Just continue to monitor your breath. Again, when you find your mind wandering, just note what comes to mind. And then return to monitoring your breath. And as we wrap this up, I want you to return to writing, and I want you to describe any thoughts that have come to your mind, whatever those might be. How do they relate to the situation you described at the start of the exercise? And continue writing until I give you the prompt to stop. So this concludes the exercise. If you choose to do so, you can continue writing. I hope that you find something useful in this. I know it's kind of an unusual way of doing an academic exercise, but I hope that it was relaxing for you and that you were able to let your mind go and maybe let it go somewhere that you weren't expecting. That it allowed you to flex some muscles, some writing muscles that maybe you haven't used in a while. And if you did take the extra challenge and use the white type color, I would say go ahead and highlight all your text and turn it back to the standard color. And everyone should go back and read over what they've written, see what they think. Look at what parts might be stronger to you, more interesting to you. Remember that the writing process is not one in which the exact perfect word has to come out right away, but just putting pen to paper, as it were, may help you to find the words that you really want to say. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will look forward to hearing any feedback you have on this, if you want to share any of that. And I hope that it has helped you in some way.